Well, I'm very, very proud indeed, as Mayor of Greater Manchester, to declare the dementia-friendly Southgate housing scheme here in Openshaw officially open. You may or may not know that Greater Manchester is the only city region in the UK that's been designated by the World Health Organization as an age-friendly city region. We're very proud of that, although I'm quite conscious that it's got to mean more than just a sort of a statement. It's got to have practical kind of substance behind it. And when you walk into this development, as I did this morning, for me this is what it is. This is proof of an age-friendly Greater Manchester. For me, this is basically what 21st century housing should be all about, built with ageing in mind, with people's safety and comfort in mind, and having people at the heart of the development, which I know is what you've done actually. You've worked with the Alzheimer's Society and Salford Institute and others, I think, haven't you, Dave? And that is a really good example of best practice from my point of view. You know, don't just throw things up, you know, start with people and kind of build out from there, and you've clearly done that. It's an amazing scheme actually, it's fantastic. I can imagine I'm going to be bringing a lot of people back here to say this is what a really first class age friendly housing development looks like. Really impressed to hear about the technology also built in, the light sensors, because for me that's what we've got to think about too, haven't we? Tech-enabled dementia-friendly homes. That's, I think I can speak for most people here in saying I think that's most of us would want, isn't it? Rather than being stuck in a care home. Obviously many good care homes and good staff in them, but actually is that a vision of care for older people with dementia that we would all say is the right one for the 21st century? I honestly don't think so. I think we need to see much more of this kind of development. I have only spotted one design flaw though, if I can point it out, Dave. Do you mind if I...
No, I was keen on improving.
You always want feedback. It's a very gentle one. We just in a discussion. I've noticed that the only house in city colours is there, and the next door property is the only one in United colours, which is there. So clearly you're going to have neighbour wars, I think, here, aren't you? You're going to have a right situation going on in the corner over there. But no, joking apart, this is absolutely a fantastic development. Through Health Devolution, the Greater Manchester Health and Care Partnership have identified that about 15 to 20,000 units of this kind are needed across our 10 boroughs if we're to meet what is currently a major gap in the market. People with dementia or with complex needs, disabilities, are in housing that is putting them at risk. And I think we've got to work together, all of us, to address that. And as I say, hopefully see much more of this. So I just want to thank the partners too. Homes England clearly have been an important partner here, and it's great that the shared ownership scheme is right by. The intergenerational side of this development is obvious. As Dave said, it's fantastic that particularly this community, Openshaw, is getting a development of this kind, that, you know, we're bringing the future of housing to a community that needs regeneration. And with that in mind, Manchester City Council have obviously been a major partner in the delivery of this scheme. I think it was council land, am I right in saying? And I think that's again a model that we need to take elsewhere. You know, identifying land in public ownership that we can quickly turn into fantastic schemes like this. So, you know, I can't praise it highly enough, to be honest. When I talk about an age-friendly Greater Manchester, this is exactly what I have in mind, and I think, you know, this will create a brilliant environment for people for many years to come, because we shouldn't be allowing dementia to stop people living a full and independent life, and I think that's where we've got to change our thinking at the moment. You know, leaving people stuck in a chair in a care home is not, in my view, good dementia care. Helping people continue to connect with what they love about life and giving them that independence is good dementia care, and we should be setting ourselves the highest standards of what we should achieve for people. So you're pointing the way, Dave, One Manchester, all of the partners too. Well done everybody, And it's a great honour for me actually to be here today to open this scheme. So thank you very much.
Okay, great. Thank you.